What up, fam? We back with another NFO Cyphers episode, and we're up at Studio Shapes today, and I got J Bambii. I'm really excited for this interview, so fangirling just a little bit, but
I'm really honored. I think that I don't know. I think anybody grounded to the earth in the world reality, you never get used to that. Like, I'm always honored and humbled by that. So
yeah,
thank you.
of course. I think that's important to try to stay as humble, obviously, and grounded as possible. But okay, we're gonna talk about music though.
Yeah.
Church fan.
Thank
Church
you.
fan is amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, so what went into this? How long have you been working on this? I know it's part of our big project, but Church fan is just it hit there.
Thank you. Thank you. I think a lot of things have gone into it, you know, starting with like a lot of rage, but also like my love for, you know, artists and literature and books and movies that dare to rewrite things. And I think that a lot of this went into like, how can I create things that I want to see? Like, you know, I want to see Black people fight back. I want to see Black girls not be bombed and killed and skate out of the way of death. Like, I want to see that. I want to see power and liberation. You know, I want to see those things. And I was just talking to a friend about propaganda, and I think propaganda is extremely neutral. And I think a lot of the work that I do is to create propaganda that encourages people to fight back and see their power and like be okay with being vulnerable and be okay with being angry. You feel me? So I think a lot of my dream world has gone into my whole project, you know, all of the art and all of the, you know, I'm really just grateful for the people who have created the art that has gone along with these cover pictures. And like,
awesome.
You know, Sanalo is just, you know, very just talented and amazing. And like, I'm just so glad that she made this art for me and like could see it and like
put your
my vision into it and also keep true to her art as a Black woman as well, you know. So a lot of Black women went into this, you know.
And I love
Black women directed my music videos, helped me produce, you know, Brain Studios. A lot of community went into this. A lot of hands went into this.
And we're talking about the whole project, right?
The music video.
Black American Beauty, by the way.
Very on the way. Very much so on the way. But I think more so specifically with Church fan, like the directors, you know, even though my band and the boys, like Studio Shapes is primarily men, you know, I still see that their love for me went into this, you know, me being a Black woman matters, you know, and like they understand the mission and the purpose and the goal, you know. So a lot of intention went into this, a lot of tactic went into this, because again, like, I know what it's like to be a Black woman who's talking about liberation and fighting back and being on your Black Panther shit and beyond that. Like, you know, I know what it's like for Black women like Toni Morrison, Octavia Butler, you feel me, Lucille Clifton, you know what I'm saying, Zora Neale Hurston, all these people who really play into Black futurism, Afrofuturism, you feel me, and like, what can we do to create a world beyond this one and how that can be dangerous. And you know, I'm fighting, you know, we're always fighting to make this world better, but like, with the protection of my ancestors and the Most High and the people who love me and look out for me, like, I know we got this shit. So like, I'm grateful that a lot of love for my ancestors went into this too, and knowing that I'm protected and that it's okay and it's time to put this art out. It's time to put it out.
Yeah, it's needed for sure. I also wanted to talk about the tarot readings, because I feel I like scrolled and scrolled and scrolled on your Instagram for these, and I just wanted to see like how the tarot reading kind of like plays a part in you as an artist.
Well, it plays a real big part because the first rap song I ever wrote was about my first tarot reading. Hermit 9 is about the Hermit card. And how the Hermit card is about self-reflection and that light within yourself and illumination and going within, and like, you know, how that tarot reading helped me leave a toxic relationship and helped me really realize like I'm complex and I have all these emotions, but I'm also maybe standing in my own way. I've also might have been giving my power away. I am giving my power away. And that song helped me really hold myself accountable, but also like be able to share that with other people, like without that vulnerability. So like, tarot is really important to me. Shout out to Jamila Woods' mom. Shout out to Mama Woods. She was the one who taught me how to read tarot. And like, shit, like, I just remember that first tarot reading and then being like in the backseat of a former friend's car, and we were all hotboxing, and I just being like, I need to write, I need to rap. I feel like I've been sitting on this shit and I just don't know how to approach rap, because at that point I was only familiar really with freestyling and being a poet and shit like that, and like tarot helped me bridge that, you know, build that bridge between hip hop and spirituality. Like, you know, sometimes, what came first, the chicken or the egg? You feel me? And it's like, if it wasn't for my spirituality growing and me being introduced to something that runs in my family, my mom is psychic, my grandfather is psychic. He read tea leaves. People came all over the world to come sit with him, and he was a Sagittarius, and he was tall. He died before I was born, and I always feel like, that was his gift to me. So like having that gift open into other gifts was important for me. So tarot plays a big true part in who I am as an artist.
Yeah, and I think even just being able to take that, something that you're so interested in, and then like having that open up for you, and like even just the connection with like your family and your ancestors and all that. I just love it so much.
Yeah, and I also say too is like, that idea that like sometimes like, there's been so many times where like one thing has led to other. Sometimes heartbreak leads you into finally you hurt so bad that you finally lead you into taking that class, and then that class leads you into meeting people that were, so sometimes like, I've maybe have looked back and maybe doubted the importance or the reason why I'm going through certain things, but then I look back and be like, that was absolutely a brick in who I am in the house that I'm building. You feel me? So
I love that. All right, and then I wanted to see, like, just like I said, like that post that you had put up the other day, I was just like, damn, like, that's literally how I feel right now, like, whatever. But I wanted to see, like, how are you, like, and in this moment, like, cultivating your own self-love to make sure that you are, like, checking in with yourself and being like, you know what, I'm a little fucked up right now. Yeah, I'm pissed. Yeah, I got these high emotions, but I'm going to remain me and keep up with my self-love.
I think the main thing I say is it is coming from a privileged place, because I know there are people who are not privileged enough, to have some of the resources I've been blessed to have. Is like, but get a therapist, and get a therapist who looks like you. Get a therapist who reminds you of you. Like, I have a dark-skinned woman therapist, plus-size woman therapist from New York. Like, she not from Chicago, but she is somebody who was born and raised in a city where I think girls like me, black girls like me, can relate to. You know what I'm saying? Like, my therapist could have easily been all of the identities, been tall, dark-skinned, plus-size, from the south side of Chicago, but maybe she grew up differently. So maybe then, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are differences. Sometimes it doesn't always come down to like the physical identities, but find therapists that have those same politics and same understandings as you. So that's the first thing. Because when I go to therapy, I can talk about being a black woman. I can talk about my dating experiences. You feel me? Like, I can talk about my dating experiences, and my therapist could have, I don't think it takes away from somebody's ability to have empathy or sympathy with you, which is a part of that self-love, right? Like, you really got to know who you are. You got to know what you need, and that requires trial and error, and that leads me to the next thing. It's like, if you don't have a therapist, making sure you have good friends around you. Like, good friends, good family, solid people who are going to hold you accountable, people who are going to check you, people who are going to push you, people who are not going to let you, doubt yourself, you know what I'm saying? But also people who understand where your limits are, and listen to you when you're saying like you're at your limit, you're at your capacity. People who you don't have to always find dread in explaining yourself to, because you can't expect people to understand who you are. You have to know that shit. You feel me? So, you can't expect people to read your mind. So being able to have people where you can be messy and you can try to question yourself, in person, in real time. I made that post because I think vulnerability is so important right now for artists. Like, artists need to be telling the fucking truth. Like, we need to stop lying about this money shit, this whatever niggas talking about shit. Like, my account being overdraft. Like, just because you get one opportunity, nigga, that don't mean what the fuck. Niggas I was homeless at one point recently. You feel me? Like, trying to play this bullshit ass game is not inspiring. You know, I want to be inspired by niggas who really I can see where they fucked up, where they didn't fuck up, where they excelled, where they could have gotten some work. And that's part of self-love too, is that I'm not here to be perfect for nobody.
Period.
Like we gonna see what we do today. You know, today I have some written stuff, but I might also freestyle. You know what I'm saying? So it's like where I want to be as an artist also depends on what's going on around me. Like, you know, grief is real. You know, poverty is real. You know, mental health days are real. Like, you know, I just watched Megan Thee Stallion's documentary too. Oh, it fucked me up.
I cried so hard.
Cried.
Bawled.
And I relate so much to her because I also feel like being, you know, self-love also knows that everybody ain't gonna understand you, G. So, like, you know, me being a tall, dark-skinned black woman, some people automatically assume that I'm intimidating, all these things. Nigga, I could be as wet as tissue paper sometimes. Anybody who know me, anybody who know, you know, who's been close to me on some J Bambii, not even just J Bambii, but Jasmine, call me Jasmine. Like, no, I'm a crybaby. No, I'm a princess. Queen, yeah, but princess too. You feel me? I can be very on my flame princess from Adventure Time shit. I can definitely be on my, you know what I'm saying? Throw a temper tantrum, you know, cry about it. But a lot of times people don't know how to see you because they can't see themselves. So you can't even, you know, as much as I have taken shit personally, can't take shit personally. So I think that's a part of self-love. You know, all the simple shit, eat your vegetables and take care of yourself, find a hobby. I'm in martial arts right now. I'm in karate. I'm working for my blue belt. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, something my sensei was telling me is like, you got to stop thinking about when the next belt is. You feel me? Because it'd be my blue belt. I'm a white belt right now. So it's like, I'm so thirsty to get my blue belt. He's like, just take it day by day. And I think that's another thing I say. It's like, stop trying to worry about getting the next blue belt or whatever belt. Just focus on what you're doing to get there. Present. You know, just be calm, be present. You know, I'm impatient. I'm a fire sign. I don't always take my own advice, but no, you gonna fuck up. And you just gotta have tools for knowing when you fuck up. Okay? So,
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna leave you with this. Black American Beauty, when I like saw you like drop that or like started talking about that project on your socials, and then I started scrolling, and I'm like, she would be my picture that I would show. Black American Beauty. Like, just period. Like, I don't know, like, I resonate, you know, so it just, I really was excited for this interview.
I appreciate that.
So I appreciate you. Yes. Thank you for that.
Black women, we need each other more than ever now.
Okay.
You feel me? I think all of us really need each other. I was just talking about just solidarity across classes and colors and genders and identities. But, you know, I think right now, like with Black American Beauty and us specifically talking about that, and I don't want to have to explain myself to no white people or anybody saying, well, what about us?
We won't explain
I'm not going to explain myself. See the motherfucking hoodie, nigga.
Okay.
Do you see the crew neck? I'm not explaining myself. Do you see the earrings? I'm not explaining myself. Okay. But I think that right now, like this world is very quick to, you know, again, back to the Megan Thee Stallion documentary, this world's really quick to take us off of whatever pedestal they think we on, you know, to call us ugly and worthless, and nobody gives a fuck no matter if we voting or we fucking or we, you know, we cooking for you or we take care of somebody's kids. Nobody gonna give a fuck about us except ourselves, and like you giving a fuck about yourself and each other. We gotta give a fuck about each other. And like I wrote Black American Beauty for little girls that remind me of me. Like don't we need you here. Like, I need you here. You feel me? And if I was talking to me when I was younger, I would say, I need you here. All the times I didn't want to be here. I didn't think this world knew what to do with me. You feel me? Like, I would not even know what to tell myself now at 31 years old, about to be 32 in December. You know, like, oh my God, Jasmine, like you're in high school now. I know you don't even want to live anymore, but like, oh my God, like the things that are gonna open up for you. And like, it's beautiful. Like you're beautiful. Like your life and your lineage, your history of how you even got to this fucking earth and planet and country is diabolical and strange and beautiful. It's all the things. So yeah, don't give up on yourself. And that's me talking to me, but for sure, anybody who can take that shit, don't give up on yourself.
Period. All right, let everybody know where they can find you at.
So you can find me a couple places. I don't have a Twitter. I deleted my Twitter like 4 years ago. Like at a Catronata concert, I was like, nigga, I'm out of here. You feel me? It was on New Year's Eve too. So I don't have a Twitter, but I have an Instagram, I have a YouTube, I have a TikTok, but I be on there laughing. Like I don't expect nothing too much from me on there. But, you know, I be reposting and shit. But You can follow me at Oprah_Gucci. You can follow my socials and my music at J Bambii with 2 I's, JBAMBII. And yeah, that's it. I got a show on November 23rd. It's going to be at Sleeping Village. It's my first headlining show. We're going to be playing and previewing the album. The album is preparing to drop next year. So I know I've delayed it and said it and changed it multiple times, but one thing my mom has been telling me and reminding me is like, it don't happen when you want it to, it happened right on time. So
when you need it to.
Right when you need it to.